And Pollock in the midfield, Fondi and Rivera up top. For the Rhinos, it's Miller in goal, Apostolopoulos, Obasi, McMahon, and Van de Castile in the back. And Ugarte, Walls, Forbes, and Rudy in the midfield. Voleski and Dos Santos, Steven up top.
Looks like Orlando City's lined up in a 4-3-3, switching it up a little bit. Guzman's a little higher than normal, I just noticed. I think they're really looking to push this game.
Second and final meeting of the regular season between the two clubs. They met on April the 16th in Louisville, a 1-1 result. Guzman with the goal for Louisville, and Dixon the goal for Rochester as Ugarte pushes down the far side, gets the cross, and it will remain in play, and Goodwin will scoop it up. Beautiful evening for soccer, and the weather gods have shined down upon us tonight. We've had some rough goes of it this season. Goodwin in his own box onto the near side. Tarek Murad back to Goodwin. He's got the second best goals against average in the league behind Brandon Miller, who he's facing against tonight. Good pressure there from Steven. So he doesn't like Duba. I just shake my head at that.
I mean, it was a surprise to all of us when he told us in the locker room. He just called him Duba, and he purposely didn't respond. And we were asking why. He said it's Steven. So.
Steven.
He's not a man of many words, but when he talks,
just a man of many goals. And he'll have to give it his all tonight, as he will not be able to play in the Open Cup game against Philadelphia. Long shot from Forbes, and the one hop facing the sun. Goodwin's got to deal with that one. There's West looking for Fondi. Headed away by Van de Castile. And Walls couldn't keep it in play. West quick throw-in. Laid off there for Fernandez. He's on loan from the Chicago Fire. Played 7 minutes on Wednesday night at the Stade Saputo. A 2-0 win. First road win of the season for Louisville City. As Van de Castile gets the head on it to McMahon, who takes a knee right to the midsection. It was Sidney Rivera coming in. McMahon's going to feel that one.
Yeah.
Still down on the turf, showing his stomach. Rivera comes in to help him up. And it'll be a restart for the Rhinos, who are 3-0 on home turf, 4-0-4 away from home. It's Miller to take it. What a season he's having. A 0.40 goals against average. He's been outstanding.
Oh, yes. I mean, day in and day out, it's refreshing to see. I mean, yeah, he's getting the results, but he's still working just as hard as anyone out there.
Looking for Fondi, the captain. The Rhinos captain gets a touch on it. Rivera battles for it. Now Fernandez. Guzman back outside. Reynolds. Pollock has to hustle and keep that one in play. Walls undercut by Rivera, and he'll get a good look at from the official again. It's the second time he's been whistled. Rivera on loan from Orlando. He's played in 5 games this season. 21 years old. There's Obasi. Now for Forbes. Good move to cut it inside. Voleski. Steven. Crosses deep, and nobody on the end of it. As it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Louisville City. Goodwin over to take it, the 24-year-old. His 12th appearance of the season. Right down the middle of the field. Van de Castile gets his foot on it. Over the far side. Rudy, who's on loan from the New England Revolution, making his 9th appearance of the season. Works hard there. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. Over the head of Steven. Apostolopoulos gets the head on it. Now Rudy This one's popped up in the air, finally brought down by Louisville City. Team affiliated with Orlando City. They maintain the Orlando City colors. And in fine form here in their first USL season. 5-1-5. Only losing to Charlotte on May the 2nd, a 1-0 loss. What do you expect from a team like this? You know, we've seen the Montreal reserve team, the Toronto reserve team, but Louisville City, is it maybe another level, just a step up from those teams?
I would like to think so. I think you kind of get, you know, a win-win situation for the MLS, but at the end of the day, they really are trying to develop these players. So it's something you want to see. I think, you know, a proper USL team is going to have a lot more depth, a lot more, obviously, age, a lot more experience, and I think you've come to really see that. If you look at the standings, it's a bit skewed one way.
You know, and just prepping for the games, the MLS reserve teams have so many different players cycling in. You're not sure who's going to be in the lineup, so they made a great point. The consistency definitely hasn't been there for those developmental teams.
Well, yeah, you'd like to think they've got different purposes why they're in the league. They're really trying to get some players minutes. I mean, I think you saw was a Will Johnson playing for Timbers too the other day. So
this one's out of play, deep on the near side. It'll be a throw-in for McMahon, a 27-year-old. He's been outstanding. As he'll get this one into play. We're in the 7th minute and scoreless at Salem Stadium. West will knock one forward. Obasi. Steven, the back heel pass looking for Ugarte. That would have been beautiful. Polak. If his name sounds familiar, his brother played here last season. 18 games when he was on loan from the New England Revolution. Tyler Polak.
Good win there by Vasilis.
There's West on the near side. And that comes off the hand of Fernandez, just sent down from the Chicago Fire.
You really see what Louisville's trying to do there. I mean, you see a cross and you've got 3 of their forwards within a 15-yard space right there. I think they're really trying to push and grab this game by the throat as early as they can.
Far side for Obasi. Louisville coming on a 5-game unbeaten string, 3-0-2. Foul, middle of the field, Rudy goes down. And the Louisville City coaching staff having a very heated conversation with the 4th official. Walls will have a restart middle of the field. Walls will step in. He'll play it short to Rudy. He'll go outside to Obasi. Polak coming over to apply pressure. Obasi so smooth. Outside to Ugarte. Chips into the box. Keeps it in play. Back to Rudy. He'll serve one in. Flicked up. Forbes is going to pull the trigger, settles it down. And Fernandez comes back the other way for Louisville. Still Fernandez. Hassled there by Walls, and free kick at midfield coming up.
It's a great foul by Tony Walls right there. Can't let him get out like that.
There's West. Back to Murad. McMahon steps in there nicely. Voleski, good header for Forbes. Duba looking for that through ball, didn't get it. He'll get it now. Voleski's on sides. Still Voleski coming in. Corner of the 18, he chips it up and it's off the mark. Goodwin can't believe the offsides flag didn't come up, and Voleski can't believe he missed that one. Here's a look at the replay, Christian. All right, we'll get to that replay in just a moment. As it's Polak battling Obasi on the far side. Great opportunity. If Duba had played it, I think he was off.
Yeah, he took off.
Or Steven, I'm sorry. I've got used to that.
A few things you could have done there, but it's easy to commentate on it. Being on the field, everything's
That's why it's
happening
fun.
100 miles
It's
an
fun to be
hour.
up here. Outside for Obasi. Quinn wins the header. Picked up by Rudy. Now Van de Castile for McMahon. High pressure coming from Louisville City, and it's giveaway by Walls. Sent forward for Rivera. Looking for Fondi on the near side. Fondi off the chest. Has to hustle to keep it in play, and he does not. There'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos.
It's not too late to get your season tickets for the remaining.
Van de Castile will play it back to Miller. We're in the 11th minute and scoreless. Second meeting of the season between Rochester and Louisville City, who make their home at Louisville's Slugger Field, also home to the Louisville Bats of the AAA. Forbes gets it to Voleski. Looking for Steven. Voleski. And a handball called. Referee making the call. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. It's the USL on Facebook. Louisville City coming in very strong defensively. They've scored 20 goals, but only given up 8. That's second fewest to Rochester. So they've got everything going on all cylinders, up in the back and up top as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see they're doing their Louisville City style spacing, but I think Rochester's doing a great job of closing down those spaces.
There's Steven looking for some space. Shot! Just wide of the near post. That one had some swerve on it. Steven has scored the last 3 league goals for Rochester, looking for his 4th. There's Goodwin, University of North Carolina. Played last season with the Carolina Railhawks, 8 appearances for that club. There's West. West, another familiar name for Rochester Rhino fans. Played with the club when they were in the USSF second division back in 2010. Playing on the left side of defense for Louisville City. Good win there by Apostolopoulos to Rudy. All the way back to Miller. Right down the middle of the field. Fondi lays it off, no one there but Walls for the Rhinos. And Castile looking for Steven. Good battle here on the near side.
Good pressure.
The pressure leads to a throw in here for the Rhinos in the 14th minute. McMahon over to take it. Van de Castile, center of the field for Obasi. There's McMahon. Forbes. Great little touch. Good service into the box. Voleski heads it down and no go though.
What a move by Forbes there.
Oh, fantastic. Here he is again. Forbes still with it. Good bit of work from Forbes. Poked away the shot off the foot of Forbes and over the end line on the far side. Had the pleasure of watching Forbes play with Syracuse in the indoor game, and when I heard the Rhinos signed him, really raised your eyebrows.
Is he just as dynamic over there?
Fantastic.
And the kid does some things with the ball that you really have no idea how he gets out of some situations.
22 goals, 14 assists for the Syracuse Silver Knights as Steven is coming over to the sideline, holding his right wrist. This is not good news for the Rhinos who've had their setbacks with injuries. Yourself, Dixon, Rolfe, and now Steven coming over, getting that right wrist looked at. Rhinos playing with 10 right now. Fernandez. Fondi for Guzman. Rudy hustles back to win it for Rochester. Steven's still getting that wrist looked at. Man will have a throw in. Good crowd still filing in here. Far side. Starting to swell just a little bit. This loose ball's picked up by Sean Reynolds, a 25-year-old. Played with VSI Tampa back in 2013.
Ex-teammate of mine.
Guzman. Steven has the bandage on the right wrist. Checking in with the fourth official as Forbes. Next to go forward to Voleski. This one goes out of play, and it'll be goal kick for Louisville City. Scoring 2 goals in the first half on Wednesday at Montreal. Pick up their first road win of the season. Murad and Fondi scoring for Louisville City. This one's played back to Goodwin. For the Rhinos, their last USL game was also against Montreal, May 30th. Stevens scoring the only goal in that game. Bob Lilly rested 5 Rhino players who normally start, as it was their 5th match in 14 days. But Christian tonight, it starts off another tough series. 3 games in 6 days for the Rhinos.
Yeah, nice little break, but we're right back into it, aren't we? 3 games in the span of a week.
It'll be Philadelphia in the next game, 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup, as Forbes. Still with it, overlapping is McMahon. Takes a touch, the service. Flicked up in the air and cleared away by Guzman. There's Polak. Keeps it in play, but the Rhinos will take possession with Ugarte on a throw-in. In the box. Quinn over his head. Voleski has it. Outside to Ugarte. Cross blocked. Back to Obasi. 18 minutes in, scoreless. Obasi, little backheel pass. Ugarte. Cross is blocked, but Obasi ends up with it. Couldn't pull the trigger and finally knocked out of play by Austin King. Ended up right at the foot of Obasi. Just couldn't get it off.
Foot, unfortunately, the right peg.
Far side, Rudy. The in-swinging service. Van de Castile in the box along with Steven. Obasi, some big target players. The high delivery. Walls the header. Goodwin up in the air to make the save.
Fans at Hillside, we believe that a healthy child and families are the foundation of a strong
West
community.
knocks this one out of play.
77 years we've helped
Throwing coming up here.
Not pressure getting to Louisville once again. I think Rochester's doing a great job of not letting them get that traditional build-up they like to have.
Throwing here for McMahon. And a gorgeous night at Salem Stadium. The undefeated Rochester Rhinos taking on the newcomers, Louisville City FC. Throwing again coming up. McMahon to take it. Forbes. Fondi's pass intercepted by Walls. Space seems really tight. High pressure from both sides. As restart will come up in favor of Adam West and Louisville City. They'll play it short, Murad. To Goodwin. 20th minute. Quickly sent forward, Fondi lays it off for Fernandez. On the far side, Polak and Obasi battle. Polak with possession. Bossy gets the foot in, knocks it out of play. Throw one on the far side. It'll be Sean Reynolds to come over and take it. Looking for options inside the box. Headed away by Obasi, brought down by Ugarte. No, he'll juggle it and then send it forward. Here's Steven, stretching those long legs.
Good ball.
Forbes,
Rochester on
all
the
sorts
counter.
of space. Behind Voleski. Now Fernandez. Louisville coming back the other way. Looking for Rivera. Obasi will break it up and give the Rhinos defense a chance to set up. Reynolds looking for options. Good win there by Apostolopoulos.
You can really see what Louisville's trying to do. There are two distinct lines in their offense right there with the 3 forwards and the 2 attacking mids.
And they'll have another throw-in. Reynolds will step back, look to get some depth on this one. Plays it short to Fernandez. Back to Reynolds. Low cross, deflected, and it'll be a corner kick coming up here for Louisville. Going into the match at Montreal, James O'Connor had the team working on crosses and corner kicks all week. They had scored just one time in 83 corner kicks, but then in the 16th minute in Montreal, they took their first corner kick. It was McCabe's outswinger, and Murad put the header into the back of the net. So 87 corner kicks coming into tonight, by far the most in the USL. Here's their first of the game. Here's the delivery. Headed up and over the goal. Will be a goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Well, be sure to follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's at USL on Twitter. We'll kick up and over midfield. Good flick forward for Steven. Left away. Now Murad. Goodwin will send it up the middle of the field. Off the head of Walls. Fernandez doing a bit of work here through the middle of the park. Pushed down from behind, and it looked like Fernandez fell, and Walls is going to get a yellow card. A little surprised by this one. In the 24th minute, it's Walls going into the book, and I thought Fernandez just tripped, and Walls running behind him collided with him.
That was a bit crowded there. Vasilis stepped up. Tony was coming from behind. I don't think there was any intention there.
So Walls in the book in the 24th minute. And here's a look at it. Good work, though, from number 22, Colin Fernandez.
No, did well to get out of that. Turned.
He got a piece of him. Thanks for the replay, Dennis, our producer. Got the arms on him. Another free kick coming up here for Louisville City. FC want the wall pushed back. Guzman on the restart. Puts it into the box, flicked in. What a save from Miller! Diving to his left, he snags it out of the air. That's why he's got the best goals against average in the league. Great save.
Came up big time there, Brandon. Snagged it right out of the top corner, didn't he?
Great work from Miller. Here's a look at it. Oh, beautiful. Great header as well. Great save. Good job all around. As Miller comes up huge. Voleski. Applying pressure deep in the Louisville half. Fancy footwork. And Murad will send it forward. Pickpocketed and coming away with his Van de Castile. Flag comes up. Steven is behind the defense for offsides.
Cheeky little pass there by Grant.
And Castile having a good season. USL Team of the Week 2 times so far for the 24-year-old.
Very strong season so far, and well deserved. I mean, I think he gives us a great bit of physicality in the back, but it's technical enough to really start the plays, and you can tell with that little pass right there.
Pablo has done a great job to bring guys like yourself in. Very athletic, very versatile, but it's just been an enjoyable season to watch all over the field. Defensively, as always, Bob's got a solid team, but up top, very attack style, entertaining soccer from the Rhinos this year.
Plenty of pieces. There's a lot we can do with our roster. We mix and match players all the time. I mean, I think you'll see some defenders hop in the midfield, forwards jump out to the wing. There's a lot we can do with this roster, and I think it's showing.
7-0-4. 3 games shy of that 14-game unbeaten streak in the 1998 A-League season. And there's a shove as Steven goes down. Quinn. Now Walls comes in as well. There was a foul called and then a little extracurricular activity. As the referee's going to need some help from his assistants.
Going to be very, very cautious there. Tony Walls is on a yellow card. That's the last thing we need right now.
Good point. Quinn was the player who put his hands on Steven. Here's a look at that last scuffle right at midfield. It's an Obasi ball sent forward. I think Quinn liked the challenge from Steven.
Nothing wrong with that. That was shoulder to shoulder. That was...
If Steven's going to go down that easy, a little surprised. Looking to get a call there, obviously.
Hayden Quinn. Be hitting the gym if he's pushing Dos Santos down that
he's doing
easy.
He's doing something right, isn't it? You can push him down with ease like that. Fernandez has been busy. His touch is heavy, though, and taken away by the Rhinos. Voleski looking for Steven. Rad will play it back to Goodwin. Quinn looking for Fondi. Fondi with 6 goals on the season. McMahon gets taken down. Louisville City's bench says he got ball. They don't like the call, but it'll be a restart for the Rhinos. Bob Lilly calling over Ugarte. Or Rudy, I'm sorry. Look at that last foul. What do you think here, Christian?
I mean, definitely didn't get the ball, so.
It was West coming in, called for the foul. Guzman to Fondi. He's tripped up, and a lot of whistles here. Tough to get a rhythm going.
It's been a physical game so far. I think there's a lot on the line, so.
Space at a premium as any bit of space closed down almost immediately. Headed away by Van de Castile. Rudy flicks it on. Ugarte is working the near side, switching with Forbes. What's the thought process behind that move?
Which one right there?
Ugarte coming over here, Forbes switching over.
Just makes a few things up. I mean, I think it's always nice to see a winger that can cut in. It gives them a bit more options, can combine. So both our wingers are very, very technical, good dribblers, so it'll definitely help out going forward.
Let's see if Ugarte or Forbes can cut inside and create a goal-scoring opportunity. We're in the 30th minute. And scoreless, second and final meeting of the regular season between Louisville and Rochester. Walls back to Obasi. And for Voleski. Now Ugarte will take one of those touches inside. In behind, and Steven couldn't get to that one. It'll be goal kick coming up here for Louisville City. Joe Giuliano along with Christian Silva. So how's the taste of broadcasting going so far? Enjoying it?
Hey, it's definitely something I could get into post-career.
You ready for 20 years down the line?
I mean, if you can be around the game, why not?
Absolutely.
Team's looking a bit stretched out at the moment. I think it's lagging on towards the end of the half. You definitely see a lot more gaps in that midfield.
section 101.
Ball sent forward, headed away by King. West and Ugarte battle for it. The chest of Van de Castile.
A lot of space between that defense and that midfield right there. I think we did lucky for no one to take advantage of it.
If you adopt a dog, and this comes right from Rob Clark, the owner of
West,
the Rhinos,
header picked up by McMahon.
Tonight,
He comes in and he is really showing a physical side here, Adam West, the 29-year-old. No call made as Ugarte is down. West comes over to check on him. It's been a physical first half, a lot of whistles. And Valesky comes in with a little shove in the back of Murad. And then he bumps shoulders with Quinn. It's getting chippy out there.
No, it definitely is.
There's Quinn. These two teams quickly developing a relationship that you would see from rivals. And it's quickly developing into that. West. Fondi. Long ball, chases it down. Van de Castile on his back. Plays it for Quinn. Chips into the box. Abassi heads it away. Rudy will send it forward. Valesky shoved from behind, and a free kick coming up. James O'Connor, the 35-year-old head coach, not happy with the call. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Fouls, 5 for the Rhinos, 6 for Louisville City. So we're in the 32nd minute. And this one will be brought back. Ball is not stopped. It'll be Van de Castile to do it again. Apostolopoulos. Obasi. Now back to Miller. And this one will go out of play on the far side. There'll be a throw-in coming up here for Louisville City. Got their first shutout on Wednesday at Montreal. Louisville never had an outdoor professional soccer franchise at this level. But as soon as they heard Orlando was going up to MLS, Wayne Estopino, who's a minority owner, was a minority owner in Orlando City, got the wheels in motion. And they've done a good job. Good crowds there.
Oh, just a class organization. I mean, like we were speaking about earlier, Orlando City did things right from, you know, their years in the USL, really building up that fan base, that professionalism you want to see.
Their foul called, Apostolopoulos, and they're going to call, actually he's going to call offsides.
Oh, wow.
Is that what he's calling? He's raising, yeah. They're not going to give the free kick, I believe, to Louisville. The flag came up on the far side. And Apostolopoulos may get away with one here.
Looks like a little elbow jerk there.
Fernandez was the player who took the shot.
Hey fans, be sure to visit the vendors down in the bar.
The fouls just keep adding up. West, he's been physical on this left side. Ugarte coming in, good pressure, given away. Walls, Steven, and Valesky not on the same page there.
Miscommunication there. Moving up top's got to be better.
Short goal kick. Quinn. No one on the end of the long ball. Van de Castile. Fernandez applying pressure. Rudy. Ugarte again barreled into by West. He's going to have to be careful. He's been a handful. He's been very busy on the physical side of things. West has also played with Fort Lauderdale and FC Edmonton. A veteran, 6th appearance of the season. Quinn knocks one forward. Fondi now coming with it. Polak, Guzman, Looking to get Fondy back on the end of it, and Miller will scoop it up.
Nice little cultured pass there by Guzman. I don't think you can really appreciate the technique it takes to hit a pass like that.
Here's Ugarte. He'll slow it up, go to Tony Walls. Now McMahon. Walls has to hustle and keep possession. Guzman there and applying pressure. Guzman 2010 through 2014 with Charlotte. Good player in the midfield. There's Ugarte, another good player coming out of the midfield. McMahon. Low cross and a block there by Aiden Quinn. A corner kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Good defensive play by the 23-year-old Aiden Quinn, who is the son of former Everton and U.S. international Brian Quinn. Coming over to make a good defensive play here. Canardo Forbes on the restart. 37th minute. Corner kick here for the Rhinos. Forbes delivers. Good ball. Headed by Steven. And on the one hop into the arms of Goodwin. Long punt. Rivera. Fondy. Ugarte and Obasi double up on him. Whistle blows. Another foul called. And a free kick coming up here for Louisville City. 1-1-3 on the road. Guzman over to take it. And we'll have a word with the official as well. Quinn also taking a look at this restart. Guzman's only goal, as I mentioned earlier, coming against Rochester on April the 16th. It'll be Quinn on the delivery. Walls gets up high to win the header to Steven. He'll hammer one down over to the far side in the 38th minute. Nice chest pass from Apostolopoulos, a 26-year-old from Greece. And another player down. It's Guzman this time. Steven knocks it out of play. Brings this one to a stop. Be a throw in on the far side for Reynolds. And Louisville City. Quinn. Give possession back to the Rhinos in the 39th minute. It's Van de Castile to McMahon. Played there and intercepted by Quinn. He'll send it up and no one on the end of it. Rhinos will be back home on June the 27th, hosting the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. It'll be the annual Hall of Fame night. And as part of the Rhinos' 20th anniversary season, it'll also be the first ever Rhinos Legends match, featuring over 30 former Rhino players. It'll start at 4:30. For tickets, visit rhinosoccer.com, and at halftime, it'll be the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The list of inductees to be announced very soon. 20 years. Absolutely unbelievable, Christian.
This is a league with so much change and movement. It's really nice to see. I mean, the Rochesters, the Charlestons, the Wilmingtons have really stayed strong, stayed true to their club, their history.
Great organization. Rob Clark, great owner. Pat Erkley, former legendary head coach, and now the president, GM, and every other title. Does a great job as Voleski gets held up there. Guzman comes in to pick it up. Fernandez gonna go anywhere with that one. We're in the 40th minute. Don't forget, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Good pressure from Walls. slowing down the Louisville attack. Reynolds all the way back to Goodwin.
New York State West Youth Soccer welcomes soccer players of all ages to the Rhinos game tonight.
Polak headed away by Apostolopoulos. Polak comes away with it again. Louisville with some pressure down the far side. And Obasi went down a little awkward on the challenge. He'll hobble up. And look at the space here for Ugarte.
Good ball.
Slows it up.
Not
Get
sure.
the touch he wanted.
It's a lot of space to take advantage of. Not too sure why he cut in there.
Under the foot of McMahon. And that Rhinos attack.
Fans at this time, we'd like to
ended.
welcome both the Oak Street Brigade and the
I think there's just a lot of space Rochester's not taking advantage of. If you see, Louisville's just got that one holding mid sitting very centrally with the two attacking mids going up very far, so there's a lot of pockets to check into.
Good win there by Van de Castile. A strong challenge up and winning the header. Fondi stood up there by McMahon. Sent forward now for Voleski. Back to Ugarte. Blocked by Fondi. They battle for it. Fondi keeps it in play. Comes away with it. Into the box. The shot. What a great save from Miller.
Unbelievable save there by Brandon Miller. I think Gavin, our goalie coach, will definitely be proud to see that.
It could easily be 2-0 right now if it wasn't for the fantastic work of Brandon Miller. That had side netting written all over it. What a great save.
What a play altogether. I mean, great shot with the outside of the left there by Fernandez.
Fernandez, the youngster, 18 years old. Signed with Chicago as a homegrown player after spending years in the youth academy. Also a member of the U.S. under-18 men's national team, and he is a quality player. Back to Goodwin. 43rd minute.
Fans, be sure to get your tickets for
They are
the
scoreless.
June 27th Rhinos home game. It's Hall of
Voleski
Fame
had a
night.
great opportunity. Louisville had two excellent chances denied by Brandon Miller.
Greg Demon, Billy Andrecki, Melly Walton, and more play in an alumni
Forbes.
game starting at 4:30. Directly following
Obasi overlapping.
A lot of space.
Low cross. Forbes, the shot, what a goal! What a rocket from Canardo Forbes! One time out of the air, and it's a beauty.
What a finish by Canardo Forbes right there.
And here's a look at it. Enjoy this one. He absolutely lines this one up and gets a full piece for his first. Oh. Beautiful. Taken out of the air, no hesitation. And he does have a rocket.
Oh, he really does. I think it's he's been really trying to calibrate it a bit the last few games, but if that's any sign of things to come, it's going to be bad news for a lot of teams.
And this comes at a crucial time, minute number 43. Canardo Forbes burying one. We talked about his shots in the indoor game. That's what we saw. Lasers like that, and now it's coming here in the outdoor game. Obasi gets the assist, his second of the season. There's Louisville with some possession now. It's Fondi. Polak on the far side. Obasi battles with him. Reynolds will get a throw in on the far side. Forbes had 2 assists coming into the match. His first goal as a Rochester Rhino in USL League play.
What a goal to open up that campaign, eh?
Not bad. Not bad at all. 45th minute. 1-0 Rhinos lead. Miller will take his time. Puts it down on the turf. Drives it forward.
The fourth official.
1 minute.
There will be 1 minute. 1 minute of mystery stoppage time.
Stoppage time. There's Voleski, a little backheel pass nicely for McMahon. Ugarte, back to McMahon. Back to Ugarte. Nice work here from the Rhinos. McMahon takes a touch. The service.
Pin.
And it's blocked. Very close to a handball.
Great pressure there by Rochester, not letting him out, not letting him an inch of space.
Tarek Murad is down. I'm not sure if he's holding his chest or his face, but he'll get a look at from the trainer. We're in the 45th minute, 1 minute of stoppage time. And a late first half goal by Canardo Forbes, giving Rochester the 1-0 lead. Obasi, those dangerous overlapping runs from the outside back, setting everything up there. This is one of 8 games tonight in the USL. 2 games tomorrow. Vancouver hosting the LA Galaxy 2. Austin at the Portland Timbers. And speaking of Austin, following the Memorial Day flooding that resulted in major damage to House Park, the Austin Aztecs have finally found a new home. They'll be playing the remainder of the 2015 season at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. That'll begin on June the 20th when they host the Tulsa Roughnecks. Murad holding his nose. It's a bandage there, and that will bring half number 1, Dakers. They'll replace Polak, and Enrique Montano will replace Adam West. So 2 changes to start half number 2. It's 1-0 Rochester on a Canardo Forbes 43rd minute goal. So West was probably going to go into the book if that had continued, but he comes off for Montano, and Dakers comes on for Polak. Rhinos, no changes.
Both clubs, I think, keeping an eye on that Open Cup game midweek, so more of a tactical change than anything.
As we mentioned, Rochester will be in Philadelphia for that 4th round game, while Louisville City will play the Chicago Fire after knocking out Indy 11 with a 2-0 win. Good header there by McMahon to Rudy. Forbes likes that little cheeky touch, doesn't he? Didn't get away with it that time.
You know it's coming and you're just running full speed. There's nothing you can do about it.
Here's Dakers' first touch. Dakers, the 23-year-old, played with Arizona United last season. 24 games played, 3 goals. Gillespie shoved by King. And it'll be a restart just inside of midfield for the Rhinos. King was the player who had that ball deflected off his foot after that beautiful volley from Forbes to open up the scoring this evening. Joe Giuliano along with Christian Silva. And before the second half started, a couple of your roommates looked up here, a little chuckle.
I think I'll be hearing a little bit about it after the game, see how I did, and get their feedback tomorrow morning.
Living with Tosh and Voleski. Quite the household, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, a lot of characters.
Good guys, good players as well.
Oh, I think as a whole, the team's very united. There's no cliques, nothing like that.
Rhinos looking for their 8th win of the season. As Obasi throws it into Steven. Fernandez taken off the ball by Apostolopoulos. Obasi's pass intercepted, sent forward now. Looking for Rivera. Van de Castile will take no chances.
Good decision.
That'll play again. Obasi got the assist, his 2nd of the season. Forbes with the goal.
Seems a bit like for like on those subs for Louisville City. You got Kadeem staying pretty high like that 3rd forward.
Intercepted by Rudy. Here's Forbes. Tried to get through, but Guzman tracking back wins it for Louisville. Loose ball. Obasi will get there. Now Ugarte. Oh, what a move by Obasi. Gets around Dakers. Comes outside to Ugarte.
Good patience there.
Takes his time. Back to Obasi. Slots one up and no one there for the Rhinos. Reynolds plays it back to Goodwin.
Gotta be a better recognition to move into space there.
Good anticipation. A hard step forward by Apostolopoulos, the 26-year-old. Reads the game so well. Organizes the back. His 11th appearance of the season. There's Fondi. Tripped up.
I don't know about that. It seemed like he just got his body in front of him and he knew he wasn't going to get it. Went down way too easily.
It's Rudy who was called for the foul. Guzman over this restart. And Quinn as well. Quinn played 16 games last season with Orlando City. And as we mentioned, have since moved up and really a huge splash upon the MLS. Montano chips it into the box. Flicked forward. And coming in nicely is Apostolopoulos. Voleski. Off the foot of Guzman, and the throw-in coming up here for the Rhinos. And hats off to Louisville as well. That's a city that's entrenched in college basketball and football. To bring a soccer team in, get 5,000 or 6,000 fans a game. Hats off to their supporters group, the Coopers, named for the makers of those bourbon barrels. They've got over 2,000 season tickets alone, so that is a great start for year one. Quinn, long ball on the near side, headed away by Obasi. Guzman flicks it back to Reynolds. Now Guzman. Reynolds gets away from Ugarte.
Great ball there by Reynolds.
Broken up. Canardo Forbes. Ball's a dangerous chip, but it's kept by the boys in white. McMahon looking for Forbes. Good little touch forward. Steven, corner of the 18. Still Steven, pushed down. Referee waves it off. And Quinn will clear it away. Fans wanted a call there. Steven finally getting up. Guzman with space, middle of the field.
I think Rochester transitioned really well there. We're immediately behind the ball, and once again, Louisville's looking for options.
Far side, picked up by Forbes. Touches, looks forward, he's got some space. Voleski, he's on sides, keeper's off his line, dribbles to the right, the shot! Off the side, netting Voleski, his second chance. A little closer this time, but no dice. Here's Quinn, pressured by Steven. Reynolds will go to the far side. McMahon's been good tonight.
Very good, very solid, and just a typical McMahon performance. I mean, he's just consistent as ever.
The usual. Let's look at that last chance for Voleski. Dribbled the keeper, just didn't have the angle.
I think a lot of credit has to go to Canardo's pass right there. I mean, just to see him put the correct weight on it, really put it on a silver platter for Voleski.
Obasi on the near side, a little chip forward for Voleski. Quinn, dangerous ball. Forbes almost got a piece of that one. Montano out of San Jose State. The former Spartan chips it forward for Fondi. Heads it back. Top of the 18, Guzman. Dakers lets this one roll out of play, and he's going to let it roll out of play for a goal kick.
Unfortunate there. I think he was shielding it, thinking he got a corner
Fans, be
kick
sure to
in.
check out the Bark Zone to see
He didn't get the call he wanted.
prize from one of our sponsors, as the
It'll be a goal kick coming up for Miller. 54th minute, if you're just tuning in. Brandon Miller made 2 tremendous saves in the first half to keep it at 0-0. And then in the 43rd minute, Canardo Forbes unleashing one on the volley to make it 1-0. Obasi with the assist. That's where we stand. Guzman. Dakers. Wins the throw-in. It'll be Reynolds to come over and take it. Knocked up in the air. Walls. Good job to settle that.
Really well there to settle that.
That was a tough one to bring down. Outside for Montano. Good ball. Rivera, top of the 18 off his chest. Picked up by Obasi. Fernandez trying to dribble around Van de Castile. He closes the door and he comes forward. Forbes. Looking for Steven.
No.
Foul called as Murad goes down.
Very, very soft to fall there.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub, USLsoccer.com. We're at Salem Stadium, where the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over Louisville City FC. We're in the 55th minute. Forbes, the goal scorer, last to touch that one, and a throw-in coming up for Louisville City, who's on a 5-year affiliation agreement with Orlando. And Christian, we talk about Orlando moving up to Major League Soccer, and I guess when you sign a player like Kaká, there is a little bit of a buzz that goes along with that.
Oh, absolutely. And the Brazilian community in Orlando is unbelievable. I think they signed the right player for their market.
As they have really taken that city by storm. Actually, so much that I wanted to work for them. Steven with the interception.
No.
Goodwin hustles back and he makes the save.
Good idea there by Steven. I don't think he thought the goalkeeper was back that quickly.
Great recovery by Scott Goodwin, but a horrendous giveaway. And Steven almost made it 2-0.
Unforced error there. Ooh. Just a little lapse in judgment.
There's Dakers, low cross. The shot, Miller diving and makes the save.
Miller's just a brick wall back there, and I think it's
Rhino fans,
pretty symbiotic. I think our backline gives him a lot of confidence and vice versa.
Credit to those guys in front of him, definitely, but tonight he's been called upon 3 times to come up with those big saves.
Credit to Gavo McInerney, doing a good job with those keepers this year.
The goalkeeper coach extraordinaire, Gavo. Fans want a handball called, and King waves them off and even gives them a little thumbs up. Quinn looking for Fondy. Miller comes off his line, gets a piece of Fondy out of his net. The chip into the box, headed away by Obasi. Dakers takes a shot. It's way off the mark. Scary moments there for the Rhinos. Miller came out and said, hey, I'm going for it.
He's feeling it.
A little too much there.
He did well. He did well. Took a risk, but that's what it takes, doesn't it?
Big chance there by Miller in the 58th minute. Give credit to Fondy, never quit on the play. Bob Lillard patrolling the sidelines, constantly coaching and teaching. He's into this one as well. Pastalopoulos knocked forward now. Steven flicking it on, no one there. But Murad to Montano.
Great job by Steven. Constantly a threat up top, but you see him getting back in that pocket really well today.
Headed down to Rudy. Forbes chips forward. King ends up on the foot of Ugarte. One-on-one with Reynolds. Far side. Montano heads it out of play. Corner kick coming up for the Rhinos, who have Tosh, Ringhoff, Mendoza, Garzi, Dixon, and Samuels, along with Adam Grinwis, available for subs this evening.
Louisville a bit slow in the transition back to defense there. I think Rhinos had a good chance there.
Forbes on the far side. Corner kick number 3.
Looks like we've got Johnny Mendoza coming in.
There's the service. Header blocked by King. Still a loose ball in the box. Cleared over to the far side. Forbes hustles to keep it to Rudy. Intercepted by Montano. Send a long ball forward looking for Rivera. Knocked away by Apostolopoulos. Bouncing ball off the chest now of Steven. Plays it to
Fantastic
Ugarte.
job by Steven once again.
Walls. Bossy battles get stepped on as well. Walls. Voleski in the box again. Hustles to keep it in play and headed away to the far side or the near side for Reynolds. And off the foot of Ugarte. Looks like 2 changes coming up here for the home side.
Got Mike Garzi and Johnny Mendoza coming in.
How about those guys? What do they bring to the table?
Oh, a lot. I mean, 2 guys that really bring energy. More than anything, I think in the midfield, Garzi's going to bring a lot of tough tackles and close down space, not give Louisville any more space than we've given them today.
They're getting their in-depth details and their final instructions from Bob Lilly before they check on. There's Walls.
Excited to see what Mendoza can do here today. I think his energy is going to really be a problem for, I would assume, Dackers on the wing.
There's Forbes, his pass intercepted by Murad. And back to Forbes. Bernardo Forbes has been good tonight. Has it again, corner of the 18. Forbes trying to cut it back to his right. Quinn stands him up. Montano. Guzman. Back outside, had a lot of space this way. One of those easily come away with it, Tony Walls. Looking it up and over to Steven. Can't. Quinn will knock it forward. Apostolopoulos steps in. Fondi brings this one down. Looking for some help, spinning around, looking for options. Finds it in Quinn. On to the near side now, Reynolds. No one on the end of this one. There's Steven. Voleski. We'll play on here with Forbes. 62nd minute. Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Stolen. Play on. Fernandez goes down. Referee says play it on. Dakers. Ugarte coming back to win it. A lot of play here between the 18s. Let's see if somebody can sustain an attack here and create something. Is it Obasi who starts it? He's tripped up. And it's going to be Rivera who goes into the book.
He was pulling them for a few yards, and he went ahead and gave him a swing from behind. It had to be a yellow.
62nd minute yellow card for Sidney Rivera.
Ugarte and Obasi doing really well there to play out of that pressure situation.
Has been issued to Louisville's number 23, Sidney Rivera. Caution issued.
Here's a look at that last challenge. Led to the yellow card for Rivera. Oh yeah, got the arm in there as well. Walls will chip one into the box. Steven flicks it for Voleski. Still in there, Dakers will clear it away. Some high boots coming up, and Quinn comes away with it. Apostolopoulos shielding off. Rivera wins a throw-in.
Today's All-State Lucky Row is section 120.
Some changes will be coming up shortly. Mendoza.
Congratulations
Garzi.
to the All-State Lucky Row. Everyone in this row will receive a Rhinos 20th anniversary commemorative t-shirt courtesy of All-State.
Back to Miller. Down the middle of the field, Steven. Looks for the header. Gets a piece of Moran, and Louisville will keep coming forward. Looking for Guzman. It's Forbes who comes away with it, almost undressing the Louisville defender.
Banana peel on the field over there.
Quinn. And then their side, Dakers and Obasi battle for it. Dakers comes away with it. Here's Dakers 1v2. Obasi stands him up, comes away with it. Ugarte back to Obasi. 64th minute, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Long ball sent forward. Looking for Steven. Played all the way back to Scott Goodwin. Changes coming up for both sides here. Rasmussen will be coming on for Louisville. Reynolds looking for Rivera. Just hasn't got that service out of the back yet tonight. Rudy knocked off. Still able to get it to Obasi. Ugarte loses possession of this one, and it'll be Johnny Mendoza coming on now for the Rochester Rhinos. He's going to replace Canardo Forbes, who should get a nice round of applause.
Did very well tonight. Love seeing him out there.
Forbes with the goal in the 43rd minute. Mike Garzi also checking in. He's going to replace Marcos Ugarte. So for Garzi, this will be his 10th appearance of the season.
Coming in on that left flank.
Mendoza on, Garzi on. 2 changes made so far for Bob Lilly's Rochester Rhinos. And Magnus Rasmussen will be coming on, replacing Sidney Rivera. 66th minute, the time of the Louisville 3rd substitution. Rasmussen, his 10th appearance of the season. 2 goals, 1 assist. 3 changes made for Louisville.
Looks like they've moved Colin out to that left flank, Louisville. Rasmussen coming in the middle.
This one's out of play on the far side. 66th minute. Throwing for Montano. Gets it to Quinn. Come to the near side. Dakers will lose that battle in the air to Obasi. Guzman. Reynolds, a high service. Miller.
Great catch once again by Miller.
Bumped into, still keeping possession of the ball.
Louisville having to settle for those long balls and those early crosses. I think definitely frustrated a bit not finding their typical game.
Sets up perfectly for the big Rhinos defense. Those balls in the air. Been handled very nice by the big men. Speaking of big men, Steven gets the leg in there to Valesky. Mendoza. Top of the 18, Steven. Garzi. There's Walls. Rhinos onto something here. Tony Walls. In front. Kick save. Rebound. Goal! Steven continues his goal streak. He's got 4 now. You could sense something was happening there. In the 68th minute, Steven gets his 4th of the season to make it 2-0 Rochester. There's a Louisville player down in the box. I believe it's Reynolds who's getting looked at. Here's a look at that whole setup that really took a lot of time at the top of the 18.
Just Santos good patient there initially to not just rip a shot, really look for that pass. Tony Walls with a bit of
Valesky got the toe poke. Goodwin made a good save, but the rebound pounded home by Steven. His 4th goal of the season. Valesky gets the assist, his 1st of the year.
It's Dos Santos from Velasquez.
And it is 2-0 Rochester in a very physical, hard-fought battle as Sean Reynolds has to be helped off the field by his keeper and the trainer. Well, Christian, I can sense that these two teams do not like each other. And when they meet again, it's going to be, again, physical, hard-fought. It's been a tough night of soccer here at Salem Stadium as Reynolds will come off. And looks like Brian Burke will be coming on to replace the injured defender. Number 2, Burke, the 26-year-old.
Ex-Orlando City player.
Will be the 4th change for the injury to Reynolds. Looks like it's his left leg they're looking at.
Looks
Comes
like
out in the 69th minute.
Julian Ringoff looking poised has come in, as well as Alex Dixon.
This substitution for Louisville City FC. Entering the game is number 2, Brian Burke.
And forward for
Number 15, Sean
Steven
Reynolds.
Voleski.
Substitution in the 69th
Turning on the Jets, and the slide tackle knocks it out of play, a corner kick. Number 5 coming up here for the Rhinos. Be on the near side. Rudy coming over to take it. The 21-year-old, the undrafted rookie out of Georgetown University. Got a preseason invitation from Jay Heaps, and he made the most of it. There's his delivery at the near post. And out of play, another corner kick coming up here. Rudy will have a chance to do it again.
Rhinos corner kick.
Excited to see Alan Dixon back on the field.
There's another delivery into the mix, through the crowd, and out over the far end line. It'll be goal kick coming up for Goodwin, who claims he was interfered with on those big bodies flying in the box. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. It's the USL on Facebook. Rhinos are 3-0-0 at home with a 2-0 lead in the 71st minute. Sent forward for Voleski. Outside to Mendoza. There's Christian Voleski. He's got an assist on that second goal, out of play. Well, coming up here for Louisville. Let's give Rochester a chance to bring on the subs, but the quick throw-in eliminates that thought. There's Guzman. Christian, your thoughts so far of this one?
I think Rochester's really shown their versatility. They can really adapt to the situation. If it's got to get ugly, I think we've got the players to really knuckle down and fight back. But at the same time, we've got the depth to really knock it, play, create chances.
Takers, a little chip, and it goes behind the net. He didn't quit on that play at all, and he almost got rewarded for his efforts, as it'll be Tony Walls coming off and Julian Ringoff coming on in the 72nd minute. And Alex Dixon coming back from an injury will be coming on.
Great to see Alex back. I think he proved to be one of the most dangerous players in the league. So
73rd minute for Dixon's substitution. Voleski will come off along with Walls. So that is the 3rd and 4th substitution for Bob Lilly's side. Tony Walls, the team captain, makes his way along with Christian Voleski. Dixon's last goal in league play was April 26th against the New York Red Bulls 2.
Once again, fans, if you enter the raffle in the BART zone, time to
He was
stop
back
down and check and see
and
if you're
at
a
it
winner.
again. There's Steven looking for the long ball. Ringoff immediately comes in on a challenge, and Rasmussen, they collide and knock heads.
diving header in the midfield.
This has been a tough one. There has been a lot of stoppages. Now it's Rasmussen, Ringhoff, who gets up. Rasmussen still holding the top or the back of his head. Rasmussen, the Dane. There's a look at it. Just two players going at it hard. They both come off, get a look at from their respective trainers. Rasmussen scored Louisville's first ever competitive goal against St. Louis FC in their opening game, March the 28th. Looks like he is taking the worst of it. Louisville does have one substitution remaining, Ilya Illich. And we'll see if he is the player who does come on for Rasmussen. He's still speaking with the trainer. Ringhoff has been allowed to come back onto the pitch. 75th minute. 2-0 Rhinos lead. Obasi gets the head on it. Guzman, powerful header forward for Dakers. He battles with Obasi. And he goes down to the turf. Throw-in coming up here for Rochester. Deep in their own half. Garcia, high clearance. Dixon, nice one in the header.
Good one there.
Quinn checks the side of his head after that collision. Garzi. Mendoza. Now Rudy. He'll switch the run of play to the far side for McMahon. Rasmussen gets the okay from the trainer. He'll check into midfield. Apostolopoulos. Forward into space, looking for Steven. Can't get there. And it'll be knocked out of play.
Fans, time to turn your attention to the scoreboard.
Bossi waiting for a ball. So we'll have a change before that happens. Ilya Illich, 24-year-old Serbian, will be coming on. He's going to replace number 22, Fernandez. Fifth and final substitution. Illich for Fernandez in the 76th minute.
Ex-Ocala Stampede player coming in.
So you're talking about that PDL club.
Yeah, it's a great club. I like to say it's more of a family than a club. Definitely do things differently there.
Louisville City FC entering the game number 14. Ilya Illich replacing
There's
number
Rasmussen,
22,
gets his head on that one.
Fernandez.
Guzman, back
Substitution
to
in the
Murad.
76th.
Montano. Forward for Illich, headed away there by Van de Castile. Good touch forward, Dixon. Avoids one. Couldn't get away from the second, but Garzi almost had it for Rochester. There's Burke. Spent the past 2 seasons with Orlando. 3 assists on the season for Burke. As Fondi gets it to Rasmussen. Fires with the left, and it's right at Brandon Miller. Be sure to follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. It's at USL on Twitter.
This is your chance to get a Rhinos 20th anniversary t-shirt courtesy of our friends at Bill Gray's.
Rhinos on this 11-game unbeaten streak. Ties the mark set in 2006 when they were 5-0-6. Looking to get past that one. Dakers manhandling Garzi.
Garzi, good decision there to just get his body in front of it and draw the foul. Rhinos managing the game really well right now.
Good work from Garzi. Had Dakers all over his back. Wins the free kick. Obasi gets it to Dixon. Dixon. Outside, Mendoza into the box. No, it'll be deflected for a corner kick. And it'll be the 6th one of the game in the 78th minute. It's Mendoza over to take it. Johnny Mendoza, 2 goals on the season. Their former Orlando City player. Here's the delivery.
What a ball by Mendoza there. I think you can see game in, game out, his delivery's been quality.
Rasmussen.
Bit of tricky feet there.
Yeah, he's been good with the ball at his feet since coming on in the 66th minute. Bad ball here, easily picked up by Garzi. Couldn't move, almost got away from Burke. Going here for Louisville. Rasmussen, Dakers, off the hand of Fondi. Fondi, the leading scorer for Louisville, with 6 goals, 2 assists.
Haven't seen much of him.
Not much of him at all tonight. He's been held in check, and credit to those guys in the back and in the midfield for denying service.
Yeah, that's the big part of it. He just hasn't even got the ball, has he?
79th minute. Don't forget the Rhinos are home on Saturday, June 27th. Pittsburgh Riverhounds come to town. It's also the annual Hall of Fame night. 30 former Rhino players playing in a Rhinos Legends match at 4:30 right here at Salem Stadium. Visit rhinosoccer.com and be sure to check out our social media for more information on that one on June the 27th. Dixon spinning, turning, weaving, losing possession to Montano. A little late on the call, but it'll be a restart for Louisville. Burke. Dakers.
Way to close down there by Julian Ringoff.
Burke to Rasmussen. Hustle, though. Has a cramp. Getting the best of Rudy right now. Top of the 18. Good win. A little scary moment there with King. Ends up with the ball. Rudy still down. Nursing that cramp.
Louisville uninterested in the man down right now, are they?
This long ball goes out of play. Goal kick coming up here for Brendan Miller, who's been big tonight. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
Prairie Barley, fresh Canadian water. It's what gives Molson Canadian its crisp, clean taste. For a refreshing lager imported
81st
from Canada.
minute, Miller steps into this one.
Molson Canadian,
Montano climbs up to win the header. Guzman. Dakers. Splits 2. Fondi. Outside to Dakers. Low cross, Miller. Nice save there. Quickly rolls it out. Far side for Mendoza. The Rhinos will shift gears for a June 16th matchup at PPL Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. They'll take on the Philadelphia Union in round 4 of the U.S. Open Cup.
What a touch by Alex right there.
Beautiful. Beautiful work from Dixon. Now Garzi gets it to Rudy. Going back to U.S. Open Cup news. The Rhinos and Philly played back in 2012. Philadelphia picked up a 3-0 win. Freddie Adu with 2 goals in that last one. Not much from him lately.
It's actually over in Finland, I believe. Just popped up over there. Just tough. Getting hit with all that fame at such a young age. I mean, I think you lose a bit of perspective.
Absolutely. Rhinos have a chance to face their former starting keeper, John McCarthy, who's 1-3-1 in the nets for the Union. We'll see if he gets the nod midweek. Rasmussen and Louisville in the 83rd minute applying some pressure with Montano on the far side. He'll chip one into the box, up and over everybody. Loose ball picked up by Burke. Takes it to his right. Serves it back in. Van de Castile had to get up really high to win that.
Good patience there by Dixon to let Johnny get overlapped.
There's Mendoza. Back to McMahon, a chip forward for Steven. Nice chest pass for Dixon. There's Garzi. Obasi. Intercepted by King. Guzman with some space, middle of the field. Looking for Fondi, former MLS player with Chicago and the team that was Chivas USA.
Berkey's been a bit of a spark since he's come in, hasn't he? Looked poised to go up to the MLS side with Orlando City until that tragic injury.
Ball into the box. Miller gets up and over Fondi. Burke, 26 years old, also played with the LA Blues, so wealth of experience.
Sponsored by Hillside Children's Foundation. Please enter and exit the field near section 101.
Rhinos do have one more substitution if they want to go to the bench. So Tosh is warming up. Not sure if he'll get the nod here. We're in the 84th minute. There's Quinn. Gets it to Burke. Looking for Dakers. Pastelopoulos and Obasi combined. And look at Garzi. Little flex pass there, huh?
Been on YouTube all night, hasn't he?
Here's Steven. They go forward. Couldn't get there. It's Obasi now for the Rhinos. Obasi with an assist on that first half goal from Canaro Forbes. A laser from the Jamaican.
Julian Ringoff just winning everything in that midfield. I think that's another example of our versatility. That's a center back hopping in the midfield, really cleaning things up for us.
Very athletic, very strong. A good acquisition by Bob Lilly and the Rhinos. Burke with space overlapping now on the near side. Low cross and cleared away. Top of the 18, Guzman. Outside to Montano. Headed away. That wall of defense has been good tonight. The three cracks that they showed, Miller filling the gaps nicely.
Showing once again why he does have that lowest goals against average.
4 shutouts, 0.40 goals against average, and he just continues to grow.
Miller once again.
In confidence.
A big play.
Fans come visit the Genesee Brew House, conveniently located right across
he's had a tough situation behind Christian Niche, then McCarthy last season. This year he gets the nod, and he's really making the most of his opportunity.
I think it just shows what a true football or soccer career is, you know. It's not always going to go your way, but, you know, what really defines a player is that perseverance and that professionalism to be ready for your chance. I think he's a great example of that.
There's Montano. Rasmussen, cheeky little pass, gets it back, can't pull the trigger. It's outside for Fondi, and let it go out for a corner kick. Second corner kick of the game, 89th of the season for Louisville. Sending bodies into the box. Here's the delivery from Quinn, flicked forward. Top of the 18, Rudy gets his head on it. Montano, a good one-timer. Cleared over the far sideline by Ringhoff. Illick was there, looking for that loose ball. Fifth and final change will be coming on here for Rochester. As Burke gets it to Montano. Still Burke. Offers one into the box. And knocked away by Ringhoff.
Louisville really picking up the intensity, trying to keep it in this half now.
Out of play, throw coming up for Montano. Plays it back quickly to Quinn. Deep ball, and out of real estate, it'll be goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. As Sean Tosh will be coming on. Final change, he'll come on for Steven.
Fantastic game by Steven Santos.
This substitution for your
all around, defensively, offensively, really held the ball up for us and was always a threat.
Now you know Tosh, he's very familiar with you. Talk about him a little bit.
Just a very versatile player. Technical, smart, and I think he's got a bit of a way with the ball. He never really seems panicked, never really seems under pressure, and I think that calms the team down collectively.
This will be his 7th appearance of the season, the 23-year-old, 4-year starter at Northern Illinois University. Played his club soccer with Pat McMahon at Bridges FC, and looking at your bio, I see Bridges FC mentioned in there as well.
I did. That's actually where we met. Didn't get to play with Pat McMahon anytime there, but I did play with Tosh. Tosh actually slotted in that midfield. Third or fourth position of his this year.
Yeah. Hey, that's the versatility.
Yeah,
That's what we've talked about.
I think it just says a lot about the player, and going forward just boosts your IQ, doesn't it?
Rasmussen outside to Montano. 89th minute. Louisville looking for some late game heroics. Nobody on the end of it but Miller, as it's been all night long. 2-0 lead, 89th minute. Bob Lilly still up on the sidelines, pushing and encouraging, looking for their 8th win of the season. A busy stretch coming up for the Rhinos. First of 3 matches in 6 days. After the U.S. Open Cup game, they'll stick in the beautiful state of Pennsylvania, June 19th at Harrisburg.
Rematch of that Open Cup draw.
Should be an intense one. I guess when you're undefeated, though, you've got that bullseye on your back and everybody wants a piece.
I don't think we've ever actually felt it, though, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think Coach Lilly does a really good job of keeping us humble and keeping us working almost as if it's one game at a time, really.
Excellent approach. Free kick coming up here for Guzman and Louisville. Don't forget all USL regular season and playoff games available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Guzman, swerving ball, the header, and just wide of the post.
Can't be giving up free headers this late in the game.
3 minutes of stoppage time.
3 minutes of stoppage time.
Bit of a mental lapse right there in the defense, but got lucky not to concede.
There's Miller on the goal kick. And James O'Connor, the 4th official, once again, nose to nose now, going at it. They've been going at it since minute 1. O'Connor, the 35-year-old Irish professional footballer, also played with Stoke City. Not happy with this tonight. As McMahon and the Rhinos come forward. Shot from Garzi, just wide. Inches wide for Garzi, looking for his first of the season.
Did well to get that many players in the box on that play. Julian with another big win in the midfield. Looks like he's slotted back to a 5-back line now.
Rhinos cleared over to the far side about midway through stoppage time. 3 minutes called for. And there's a look at the 4th official and James O'Connor. 2 seconds earlier, they were nose to nose.
Kiss cam, huh?
Not sure if they're talking about after game plans or something else, but they've been at it tonight. There's Fondi. Knocked away and sent forward by Rudy. There's King. Good win there. Good, powerful win from Ringhoff. Quinn, he'll work the near side. Garzi gets in front of Burke. He'll pick up the loose ball, though. Garzi wins it again.
Closed down Burke by 2 Rhinos right there. Not giving him an inch.
Tenacious team defending by Bob Lilly's side. This one's into the box. Fondi couldn't get the first shot away. Another shot. I think he had it all the way, but Miller diving for safety there.
Salmon out of water, huh?
Good analysis. I like that. This one coming to a close shortly. Rhinos looking to get their 4th win on home turf and surpass that 2006 mark of 11 games unbeaten. 14 games was the big one back in 1998, but as Christian said, A very smart approach taken by Bob Lilly and the Rhinos, one game at a time. And Ringhoff will knock it over the near sideline.
Just think the Rhinos have really set the foundation of our game and this season's team on something that's not easily closed down. We're not dependent on one play, one player, so it's really hard to.
And that will be the whistle from Yaroslav Worrell. This one comes to a close. The Rhinos 2, Louisville City FC nothing. Rochester goes to 8-0-4. They remain undefeated in USL play, while Louisville suffers their second loss of the season. They go to 5-2-5. Goals from Forbes in the 43rd minute and Steven in the 68th minute. 2-0 Rhinos win it. Well,